Hi, this is Farzeen and welcome to India Today, and I have with me the cast of Kartam Bhugtam. Individually, I want to ask you guys, do you believe in karma, and has there been ever experience in your life where you realized Jaisi karni waisi bharni?
Yes. Very recently. I died and came back. So, no, but yes, I believe. I mean, of course, they will.
I do believe.
Yeah, because I guess, I don't know, it's probably some good thing, good karma, either I must have done, or my parents, or my wife, or who knows. But
Co-actors.
yes, obviously, so Jaisi karni waisi bharni, I kind of started believing more after that. Yeah.
And I have to tell you what I think about astrologers. वैसे मैं सब astrologer के पास जाती हूँ, पूछती हूँ what is it and all that. And when somebody says you're running a great period और ये होने वाला है, वो होने वाला है, I come back feeling great. जैसे वो बोलते हैं कि this is not a good time and or something not nice, I say, oh, this is all humbug. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This time he doesn't know, and then I tell people, don't believe him, don't go to him, he's not correct. So that's the way I deal with.
Yeah, only the positive.
Yeah,
ones.
whatever good things are happening, he's amazing. Go to him. If
So I also tell astrologers, देखो बुरा कुछ ना पहले मत बताना मुझे, बताना ही मत. सिर्फ अच्छा बता.
With me, I truly believe in good deeds. I mean, with me, I've definitely had an incident where, I've felt I've never done good with the intention of receiving good in return, but I feel that I did have an accident just before shooting for this film, and I came out of it completely, stronger, I would say. So I think that is, it was quite a big accident actually. It could have affected my whole career, my entire face, all of that, but I do believe that the good I've done in life probably has helped me.
I definitely believe in karma and Kartam Bhugtam. Mainly, abroad also, all over the world, if people don't believe in God, people don't believe in superpower, but karma is something which is, I think everyone believes, because there's a fear of, humanity. People are aware of this concept that somewhere something will come back to you if you've not done the right thing. So I strongly believe in that, and plus destiny plays a very big part. So, these things are above all stuff. So, yeah.
And we've all heard about how cricketers kind of have a superstition. They carry something when they're out to kind of on the field.
Not only cricketers, even the audience. वो हिलते नहीं हैं
हिलते
यहाँ से
नहीं।
वहाँ।
this chair.
Yeah.
But as actors, do you like carry something or do something before a shot? Do you believe in these kind of small superstition?
I guess, yeah, I mean, as actors, we are probably the most superstitious, I might say, because there are so many things. So we want each thing that we do to work, right? And for that, we want to make sure that everything is right. तो अगर किसी ने बोल दिया कि 12 बजे शॉट देना है तो 12 बजे ही शॉट देना है, so like there was an incident which happened when I was directing my first film, Poster Boys, and we have a ritual every morning to do Ganpati Bappa ki puja and then start with the shoot. So that day we reached on set at around 5:30 in the morning, and my DOP suddenly said that, sir, look at that sunrise shot. So I said, लेकिन अभी तक बाप्पा का पूजा नहीं किया है, because we roll our camera first with Bappa's puja and then we start. तो he said, sir, लेकिन sunrise तो बाप्पा के लिए रुकेगा नहीं, sunrise shot ले लेते. So I said, यार लेकिन पूजा तो, he said, sir, अपनी काम भी तो अपना पूजा ही है ना. So I said, okay. So it was there in my mind, but I said, nevertheless, work is worship, right? So we went ahead, we took that sunrise shot, beautiful shot we got and everything, and we were very happy. चलो मिल गया, चलो अभी बाप्पा का रोल करते हैं, लाइए. तो बाप्पा का पूजा सारा कर लिया. After that, the entire day was so bad. Everything just fell apart. Nothing was in order. The what do you call it? अपना car rig was, it fell off. The brake, bus का पूरा axle broke. So everything kept happening which was not in favor of our shoot. So again, it might be some coincidence, but it happened on that day only. So then you tend to think कि भाई जो है वैसा करते रहो चुपचाप, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, फिर आगे बढ़ो.
But Shreyas, you tell me, as you rightly spoke about your health issue that you faced, did it make you like more God-fearing or believe in these things? Because it tends to when you go through something like this.
I mean, believing in God, obviously I believe in God, but it just somewhere reconfirms your belief that, and whatever happened with me was a complete, divine miracle. There was, I mean, I don't have any other words to define that incident, the way it happened. So I think, yes, I mean, I am a huge believer, and I feel there is some power. Some might call it some energy or nature or whatever, but there is some power which, controls us, takes care of us, and drives us in a particular way. I think when it comes to astrology, it's more the vulnerable state of mind which usually gets exploited, and then what happens? So what we're trying to tell through the film also is the same thing, that each one of us is vulnerable. Whether you're rich or poor doesn't matter, we are still vulnerable, right? And that is what some astrologers try to exploit. And then what happens with that particular person and what he does.
I hope none in your family was exploited.
No, I mean, even I've gone through this stone kind of experience wherein everything was going good, just started, and I wore this Pukhraj, and I got my first Marathi film. So I was like kissing Pukhraj left, right, center, okay, this is the magic stone that I finally got. And then after that, everything started shutting down, right? Every project of mine was just shutting down. And at one point, I told my wife, that time we were dating, so I told her that, this is it. I'm going to be throwing this ring now in the sea, I don't care. So she said, okay, just give it to me. I said, why? She said, I'll throw the stone and I'll keep the gold. That is when you realize that wives are smarter than you.
And they're always right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But Shreyas, also because of the times that you faced, of course, everyone says that it's a new life. Did you kind of chalk out what you want to do and what you don't want to do henceforth?
No, I mean, the most important thing is, I just want to give ample time to myself and my family. And when I say myself, it is my health. So, obviously, usually the recovery time is around 6 to 8 months. So, I'm going to give that time, obviously. But beyond that also, I feel work-wise, luckily, there are producers and directors and actors who are very accommodating about whatever has happened with me. So, I tell them that this is the time I can come, this is the time I need my food, this is the time I'll leave. So they are okay with all of that, and I'm also okay, I mean, I'm doing enough work which is making me happy and content, so no complaints whatsoever. But that is a very, even after this, if I, still keep going back to the same old lifestyle, then, then God will probably say at one time, dude, come up, enough. So yeah, it's an eye-opener, and better late than never.
Yeah, but of course we were really glad that you jumped back to work. But Shreyas, was it important to go back on set like soon, because that kind of gives you that happiness, that gives you that joy?
Yeah, so what, this was again after my doctor suggested that, okay, now you can start working little bit because it will help you. And there was also my workout regime that I did before I started my shoot. So that also helped me build my confidence. And it's important that you start working a bit, because it's a catch-22 situation. If you don't, then that is not going to work in your favor, your physical favor. Okay, so you need to start working out or working so that the rhythm of my heart again comes back to normal as possible.
More power to you, Shreyas. Madhoo, tell me, everyone keeps talking about today that how there are enough and a lot of roles for female actors, but what is the ground reality? Tell us about it. Do you think there are enough roles for an actor like you, an actor of your age?
Yeah, I don't think age comes into play in my mind. You make it to, there is enough work and enough roles to, everybody is doing some fantastic roles. My friends from back in the day they're absolutely busy and appreciated. They're younger people, newer people. Everybody has got place in this world right now. Yeah. It's a fantastic time to be here with so much opening up, OTT and television and the reality and the movies and all that. Whatever the business aspect, they say it's a little bit dim now, a little bit not so dim. But having said that, the work is there. If you get it, you're doing some great job. I don't think there's an issue. Right. The point is that you should attract that. So there's so much, and yet there are times when you don't find the right project. So there are actors who are not busy, and then there are actors who are not busy suddenly in the limelight. So everything, all combinations, permutations are happening. But I can't complain. We can't say, oh, there's no work, or this is because of age or because of gender. I don't think that exists. If you find it, you're there.
But of course, you and Ajay kind of debuted together. But when you see him leading films on the front, do you feel the industry is a little unfair towards women?
You know, I never take part in this debate, this sexism debate, because I feel I did what I needed to do as a woman. I needed to, and I don't believe in multitasking. There's a lot of importance giving to, you know, there's a lot of conversation that happens around working women, balancing and all that. When I left the industry for a few years, I left it in all joy and started my family in all joy, and very proudly say that, you know, I watched every step of my child and every word of my child. I never missed it, and I missed being an actor, and then I suddenly found myself back in the zone. And I'm very, very appreciative of actors like Akshay, Ajay, Saif. They all started with me and they're all doing amazingly well, and that's great. That's their journey, and my journey is fantastic the way it is. Right now I'm back and doing and hoping to do more, and yeah, so that's that.
Have your kids
I
shown-
don't compare myself with Ajay for sure, or Akshay, or any other man there, because they didn't give birth and they didn't sit down at home, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I may compare myself with some other female actor, and the times have changed, and that's great, because today women are married, women are becoming mothers, and then they are back on the sets, which is fantastic. Hats off to people like Kareena, who came on national TV with full pregnancy, with full weight gain. So those are those changes that I like to talk about and applaud, and those are those women I really, you know, say, good. We were hiding. When I became out of shape, I was hiding. So I appreciate the woman who didn't hide. So that's a person I look up, not the males.
And have your kids shown interest in acting?
Yeah, my younger one is. She's a fabulous, if I might say so, like all mothers, fabulous dancer. And she is the one who desires to be in the industry, and we are just waiting for her to finish her. Like my father said, finish your graduation and do what you like. So we also continue doing that. So she's just finishing her graduation as we speak, and she'll be back and we'll do the nepotism bit.
Love it. Do the nepotism bit.
So, because we were talking about consequences and taking decisions, of course, you left Dharma, which was like a platform that every director wishes to be on. Tell me now when you retrospect on it, how did your journey shape up after Dharma?
See, it's never going to be easy, right? It's one of the best production houses till date. But as Madhoo ma'am also said, some things happen when they have to happen, okay? And as far as today, things are good, and you know, the relationship or things are cordial and nice. Nothing else matters. The movie doesn't matter, the career graph or the journey doesn't matter. It's the human relationship that matters. And if I can still kind of, you know, relate to Karan and we have an equation today, I think that's the end of it. That's the most important thing. So I don't go back on that ever.
And recently the Kaal song was going viral on social media. How do you feel about it? 19 years.
Yeah, it actually, you just don't like really believe that 19 years have passed by. Like, you know, it's like really flown by. So yeah, those memories are like really cherishable and you never forget those.
But what has been the biggest learning from maybe such beautiful films but not working on the box office? As a director, what has been your learning from Kaal and Luck both?
See, I'd like to say this, which I never got an opportunity, okay. But Kaal was at that point of time made in a budget of like 9.5 crores. And it's on record that it did a business of 36 crores. So I don't think what more numbers actually you need to make a film work. So it's a perception which has ever been there for whatever reason it may be. But yeah, for the producer or for the producers and the company, I think they had made very decent money. But then there's something like critical acclaim, and some people liked it, some didn't. But you know, 19 years later also we talk about that film, people kind of revisit it. So I think some dues come later in life. So that's how I look at it. But I liked what I made at that point of time. In that age, I knew that is the best I could make. And then that's how films are. You can never say what's going to work, what not. You just give your best shot.
And Luck, what was the learning experience from that?
Luck, honestly, I'll take, when I see it now after these years, I think that because it was an action film, it's not to be blamed. See, Luck also, if it worked, didn't work, it's my problem. It's like my baby. It was completely my decision, whatever I made. But yeah, two things. One, I think Imran Khan as an action hero was not really a great choice because people didn't accept him completely in that, but end of the day, that choice was ours, the producer and mine. And I think maybe the climax was not as great as it should be. Maybe the climax was better on the paper, but when we actually made it, I think there have been a little changes due to many reasons. But so those were my learnings, but I still love Kaal and Luck as my films, and I'll keep doing my best. One can never guarantee a perfect film.
Absolutely. I love both the films, just to put it on record. Shreyas, you tell me, as actors, everyone, I mean, it's a perception that more than your performances, it's actually the decision that you take, which film to do, that kind of shapes an actor's life. Do you agree to that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because eventually that is what is seen on screen, right? I mean, you could be a fantastic actor, but if you're not working, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. So I think eventually what people see is, I mean, they will make their perception basis what they see. So it's necessary that you do films, you take those chances, and then let people decide, because otherwise, what's the point? I mean, I'm a great actor, but I'm sitting home.
Yeah.
Oh, so? Wow. Who knows? So yeah, I would rather be doing something and then let people decide about the whole thing. In fact, many a times, like Soham also mentioned, there are times in the industry when the industry decides for you. ये वो नहीं करेगा, इसको अरे भाई मुझसे तो पूछो कोई कि मैं करूँगा नहीं करूँगा, या फिर why did you take Shreyas in the film? You should have gone for someone else. Who? Or can you guarantee success with that someone else? You cannot. So you never know. In fact, I'm happy when someone says that, because then when your film works, it's a huge slap across their face, right? So I'm actually very happy when someone says, "Isko kyun liya?" Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So
I think that happened with Praveen Tambe for sure.
Oh yeah. It's Praveen Tambe also, thanks to my director and my producers who really stood behind me like a rock and said, no way we are going to change this guy, he's going to play Praveen Tambe. Otherwise, you would have probably seen someone else. But yeah. It's important, but it's okay, These things have been happening with the biggest of the stars, and it's not only Shreyas Talpade. I mean, people have said things about even Mr. Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, and the others, Amir Khan for that matter, everyone. Kari, isko kyun? And Akshay Kumar. I still remember some story wherein, Priyan sir was flying from one place to the other, and he had just made Hera Fairy, and it was in post-production, and someone on the flight asked him, okay, what are you working on? And he mentioned that I just did this film called Hera Fairy. Acha, who's there? And he mentioned Akshay Kumar, Sunil Shetty, Paresh Rawal. With them, have you lost it? Why? I mean, you should have tried someone else. And he said, yeah, but now they're there in the film. And look what that film has done, for all of them for that matter. So I think it's eventually people who decide. And today, all we can do is perform to the best of our ability and make sure that it reaches out to them, and we want them to come in numbers so that they at least see and then they give their verdict. So just without seeing anything, I don't want anyone to give a verdict. Just see it. If you don't like it, you have all the right to pass whatever comments you can.
Yeah. But one decision, Shreyas, as an actor that changed your life, if you can recall?
Definitely Iqbal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I was, at that point in time on the verge of actually quitting the industry, because nothing in life was working. I was set to get married, and I was thinking, what is my wife going to say? What are her parents going to say? That kuch bhi nahi kar raha hai ye to. So I said, probably this industry is not meant for me, and let me try something else. And so I was just working on one show which was also about to end, and that is the time when I got a call that Nagesh Kuknur is casting. It's a small role. He wants an actor who can bowl or a bowler who can act. So I was told it's a small role, and I said, okay, I'll just give it a shot and I'll see. So I went for my first audition, then I went for my second audition. That is when I was actually told that it's not a small role, it's the role. Okay, and then of course I was cast in it. But even after that, till the film releases and till the film works, you know, so there are 4 stages, right? You're getting the film, then the film being made, film releasing, and then the film working. So I said, जब तक वो चलती नहीं है. So I remember on the day of the premiere night, my mom finally asked me, so this is it? Are you sure you want to be a part of the film industry, or you're going to be a banker? And I said, no, now this seems to be working. so yeah, no, Iqbal definitely was a turning point.
What was your turning point, Madhoo?
I don't know, I've had so many different moments, points in life, you know. So why am I here the second time around? The turning point is a film called, I'll tell you how I came. The second time around was magical, talking about destiny, you know. I decided I will never work again. I was happy in my life and all that. We were in a family gathering and Hema ji was making a film called Tell Me O Khuda. She was doing that. And we were all at lunch and I was sitting with her, Aisha, all of us, and she says to me, you know, I'm shooting in, I think Jaipur or Jodhpur, Rajasthan. She says, you know, we've not been together as a family since you married. She says, come, there's a small role. It's not a role like an actor of your caliber, but just come. You tell your family you're doing this film with me, you come, you hang with me and us, it'll be a family holiday and a role bhi kar lena. So it was so easy for me to tell my family that Hema has called me, I'm going, I'll do this. I went to Jodhpur, had the best holiday with Aisha, Ahana, Hema ji and myself, and ek side mein ek role bhi kar liya, you know, and then I wore the makeup. And then I gave the shot, and then I said, oh my God, how can I stay away from this? I'm made for this, and I came back. Now, that was just a 1-week holiday. I go back into my normal life, and I said, now I have to go. And now I had these little babies who are just, mama, mama, they were doing, and I loved it. But I said, I cannot leave this makeup. So then I started opening myself to the universe, and I said, I want to be an actor again. And then what was my criteria of working, you know? जब लोग कहते थे 2 दिन का काम है, only for 2 days you have to come to Hyderabad, only for 4 days. I said, it's so easy to tell my family that I have to be away only for 2 days. What does an actor ask? क्या role है? If they say 2 दिन का काम है, आप करोगे? आप बिल्कुल नहीं करोगे, because you know 2 दिन में क्या role होगा? You will do at least कम से कम, they say guest appearance है 10 दिन का काम है, you will do. I would say 10 दिन का काम है, मैं नहीं कर सकती. 2 दिन का काम है, मैं आ जाती हूँ. So it was leaving the house for 2 days and 4 days, and my family got used to it. Mama कहाँ है? Hyderabad, Chennai, for 2 days, 4 days. Everybody got used to it, and I also realized कि अगर मैं नहीं हूँ तो बच्चे स्कूल जाते हैं, स्कूल से आके खाना भी खा लेते हैं, सो भी लेते हैं. आई एम नॉट कि मेरे वजह से मेरे बिना वो सोएंगे नहीं, खाएंगे नहीं, होमवर्क नहीं करेंगे, सब कुछ चलता है मेरे बिना. द हाउस वॉज वर्किंग परफेक्टली वेल. सो देन माई 2 days became 4 days, then it became 6 days, and recently I came from an outdoor of 1 month. मैं अपने घर से बाहर थी.
But Akshay, I wanted to ask you, of course, reading your Wikipedia, we got to know that you've been a child actor too. Tell me, how has the industry changed for you from then to now? Tell me about your journey.
So, as a child actor, I was just doing ads, and I did a couple of small little bits in films. And very strange story that, I was supposed to be a part of K3G as young Pooh. And at that point, Mr. Soham Shah was working he was at Dharma, and I know him since then.
So, but we both didn't know this. Actually, what happened was I was an assistant director. I was kind of, hunting for this Pooh character who Karan wanted somebody like a young Kareena Kapoor with cat eyes and stuff like that. And we were going through like 300, 400 auditions and through schools and everywhere. In one of the auditions, I kind of, got to see her audition, and I thought that she's perfect. So I took her with like her dad, and she was 13, I guess. And with her dad, we went to optician and got her grey lenses, because otherwise Karan Johar would reject. And finally, I was very convinced that she should play that role. But for some reason, there were many other options, and Karan picked up Malvika. So that didn't work out. But then I saw her work in Jamtara. I saw her work in like Kathmandu Connection. And then I had in mind that for this film, I'll approach her. But when I met her, that time, like I did not know that it's the same Aksha because it's been so many years. And then while shooting, I said one day, I said, listen, I don't know where I've met you before. And then she said, you know, where you had casted me for K3G when I was 13. So yeah, that was like
This
really.
has been a very eventful storytelling session, more than an interview. But thank you so much and all the best for the film. Lovely speaking to you guys. Thank you.